Hello, so this is a walk through the week 3 assignment, which is an external lab. So when you look at it, it's going to look a little different, right? Yours is going to be the published syllabus. Woohoo! You've clicked on the video playlist to see this. You see the rubric, and then we have a worst case scenario. Use this. Okay, so in the instructions, I'm going to do them here just to make more sense. So it says start early. Make sure you click around to find the lab questions and how to submit it. You should see like a submit button, and under like something called like lab worksheet kind of thing, data area, you'll see all the questions. I can't tell you exactly what it looks like because for me it looks completely different. So it's a walkthrough thing. If you have any issues, call their tech support and contact them. So that's why I want to start early, because labs are always going to make you want to pull your hair out, so you want to do early. If for some reason you submit it too soon or before you complete it, or you realize you did something wrong, then you send me a private message and I can let you redo the lab by clicking on a specific button on my end. The only thing is I'm pretty sure that this clears everything you've done, okay? And then if you are unable to access the lab even after contacting tech support, you can private message me the answers. That's going to be the worst case scenario, but you can only get credit for the first section of the answers, because the first part is general questions and the second part is experimental, so you can just do the general concepts. And then you're going to complete the thing in the late night lab. You're not going to submit it via the assignments link like normal. Okay, so I've clicked on the exercise. You see it says external launch, content launch. You're going to click on that. Then you're going to have to pick Bio 101. Seriously, computer is just waking up. Then you're going to click on Bio 101. Then you should see two labs. There's one called like Introduction, and then there'll be one called Population Genetics. The Introduction one was one you should have done as a required learning activity in week 2, but there were no points for it. The Population Genetics one is the one you need to complete in week 3 for a grade. So you'll complete that, and once you hit submit, it will be submitted there. I will grade it there, but put all my feedback into the normal assignments window like you usually see. So you'll click on that and you'll see all the feedback, so you will not have to go back to the external lab. Okay, so you click on external lab, Bio 101, and then over to Population Genetics, and then run the lab. It's very much like being in the field. It does not give a lot of direction. You just need to play with it and see what happens, and then answer the questions, okay? So it's going, for some of you, it won't be any issue. You'll just be like, oh, okay, I'll do this, whatever. And some of you, it's really going to stress you out because this is more like a lab, and labs are stressful and can be nightmares and just drive you crazy, because that is the purpose of labs. So expect this to take longer than necessary and just do your best. Now I'm going to open the rubric and then the worst case scenario. Wrong window size. Give me a sec. Okay, that's better. So down here, this is the individual assignment, blah blah, is lab. So you'll see there's general questions, and question number 1, you want to include frequencies, and if you're talking about an individual population or ecosystem level. Number 2, for the general concepts, you want to discuss good and bad traits in there. Then you're going to have the experiment specific questions, and the first question, you'll just see what to do. You include pictures. So the second question is, remember that we were talking about a stable equilibrium here, a stable equilibrium. If you're confused, go back to the, there should be a recommended learning activity that discusses equilibriums. And then format is going to be using complete sentences, having grammar, doing spelling, that kind of thing. And 10 points, so it's really nice. Seriously, computer just really wants me to update stuff. Really lots of good information. You're not doing too much writing this time, which is a nice break after week 2, but trust me, do not put it off. Like, everything that can go wrong tends to go wrong in a lab, and it's worse if you wait till the last minute. So let's look at the worst case scenario. Okay, so here's the worst case scenario. So if for some reason you aren't able to get access to the lab, you've called tech support, it's still not working, but you don't want to lose all your points, because that's not cool. You're going to take this document and submit it to me via private message before the late period ends, okay? So this just has exactly what you'll see in the lab, which is general concepts, what's evolution, how does natural selection affect the frequency of traits in the population, observe the frequency of the traits, put your pictures over here. You can't answer that part. And then in experiment 1 you recorded blah blah blah, what did you see? That's another thing you can't answer, right? So you would take this and, like I said, save it as your own, or just copy and paste it. Let's try to save it though, that'd be a little better for me. And then attach it to a private message. If you are having problems, this also shows you what you should be seeing when you click on that lab book workbook area. Okay, so worst case scenario, you can still get points, because remember, there's still like, was it 4 points? I'm not sure. There's still a bunch of points if you just get the first 2 questions done, and then for format, right? So you won't get all of them, but you still have a good chance. So keep that in mind. Worst case scenario, do this. I hope that helped to explain stuff. As always, I love to review a draft. In this case, your draft would probably be entered into this and then submitted to me, because then we can look at it as a Word document since I can't access the lab. So you would submit it that way instead of the normal, attach your actual work, because you're like doing it in lab. So I would just put it in here, or just copy it into whatever, the window, some way, so I can see it, because I'm not going to go to the lab to look at it, because if I do that, I can change up stuff and mess you up. So what you want me to do is somehow send it over. So I would just copy and paste it to like a Word document, because I am that lazy. My lizard is thinking about eating this morning. He's staring at a lettuce. Okay, on point. So I hope this helps. Again, reviews are usually due noon on Monday. If for some reason I had to change that time, you should see a note in the class message section. And good luck, start early. I hope it all works. There's always someone who has a technical issue. If you have one, call their tech support, do the late night lab one. They're really helpful. And if worst case scenario happens, you can still do half the lab by doing this piece of paper. Okay.